Hello guys, I'm Amy Lou, and unless you're already an avid reader of my blog, you probably don't know that one of my favourite things to do is read a good book. It's an obsession of mine, if I'm honest. Like, I just can't stop reading. So I thought, since I love books so much, why don't I do a review every now and again on my YouTube channel? And I'll take a book out of this lovely array of books set on my bookshelf. Ooh. Displaying it really badly. I wouldn't be a very good hand model, I don't think. What hand model does that? I'm just gonna pop on my glasses because I just think now I look like I'm smart and I actually know stuff. I just think it adds to the whole literacy theme. Who am I kidding? I never wear glasses. Like, I haven't worn these in years. I genuinely need to go to Specsavers. Well, let's kind of put them on my head anyway, just to give the illusion of smartness. And I hope you don't mind that I'm going to be sipping my coffee. So I might be a tinsy wincy bit hypo. You know, I'm not sure how this works because the words are the opposite way round. How does that fix? Do I have to turn it upside down? I mean, I don't really know what's happening. Now, I'm really anal about my books. Like, I don't like a single scratch. I don't want them ruined at all. If it's a hardback, I always take the covers off to protect it, and then I put it back on when I finish reading it. But turns out I've actually put this one on upside down. Obviously these glasses aren't working. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. And this is kind of like, she's written fiction before, but this is her first big novel. Like, this is what she's famous for, this is what she's known for, because it's done so well in the book charts. It's a thriller, like scary shit. And it's kind of like a global sensation. Like, she's been really lucky with this book. Kind of like luck, like fame at the click of a finger. If only that were true. If only we could become famous by the click of a finger. I was a bit surprised at myself that I actually wanted to read this book, but I'd heard so many people talking about it that I was just like, oh, for God's sake, you know, I may as well just read it. I may as well just give it a chance. I usually only read like fantasy fiction, young adult novels. But I don't know, something just drew me to this book. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. She's done some sort of voodoo. I'm just going to kind of read like the back of the book, the small blurb that there is at the back. It's like a tiny blurb. I've never seen such a small blurb. Like, what's up with that? And I'm going to read some of the comments as well, just so you kind of get a feel for what the book's about. To everyone else in the carriage, I must look normal. I'm doing exactly what they do, commuting to work, making appointments, ticking things off the lists. Oh, I can't read. Ticking things off lists just goes to show. So thrilling, intense, and wildly unpredictable, I simply could not put it down. Not to be missed! Exclamation mark. Kept me up most of the night. Actually, I was up most of the night reading this book. I couldn't put it down. What a group of characters, what a situation, what a book. It's Alfred Hitchcock for a new generation. A high-speed ride full of twists and turns. Gazing out of the train window will never be the same again. Ooh, the anticipation. I've heard this is quite similar to a book called Gone Girl, which is like the same genre. But I've never read that book, which I might now that I've read this one, and I like this one. Ah, here's a bit of blurb. Maybe that's why, because the blurb's on the inside. So I'll read you this bit on the inside. Every day the same. Rachel catches the same commuter train every morning. She knows it will wait at the same signal each time, overlooking a row of back gardens. She's even started to feel like she knows the people who live in one of the houses. Jess and Jason, she calls them. Their life as she sees it is perfect. If only Rachel could be that happy. Until today. And then she sees something shocking. It's only a minute until the train moves on, but it's enough. Now everything's changed. Now Rachel has a chance to become part of the life she's only watched from afar. Now they'll see she's much more than just the girl on the train. Like, the story as a whole, it centres around the main 3 characters, and they're all women. There's Rachel, Megan, and then there's Anna. It kind of switches back from point of view to point of view, but I think the majority of the book time is taken up with Rachel's point of view. Rachel is the ex-wife of the male in this book called Tom, who's now with Anna. Rachel is the obvious one that stands out straight away. She's like a complete nutcase. She's a raging alcoholic. She gets really jealous. She's really unreliable, and yeah, the list goes on. Kind of a person that's just spiraled down and out of control, and she's turned herself into a not very nice person. Although I think she was probably an okay person before everything happened to her. And everyone is kind of sick and tired of her, basically. And she lives with her friend. They're not really friends, but she took her in because she felt so sorry for her. Rachel commutes to London every day on the train. When she's sat on the train, she can see the house where she used to live with her ex-husband, who now lives there with Anna and their child. Rather than concentrating on that house, she's kind of turned her attention to the house next door, and a couple live there called Megan and Scott, but she doesn't know their names, obviously, so she's given them names herself, which is kind of weird. I would definitely say a normal person doesn't do that. She actually named them Jason and Jess. Kind of imagine this glorious life where like they have a perfect relationship, perfect sex life, which obviously in reality that isn't the case. Megan goes missing. Rachel's like, oh, I want to look for her. I want to investigate this case. It's kind of something she needs to do. She feels like she knows them. She owes it to them and to herself. Something happens to Rachel, but she can't remember exactly what happened. She lies and tells Scott that she was a friend of Megan's, and then she kind of gets really deeply involved in the whole thing, and she gets into a lot of trouble. I personally felt closer to Rachel's character than any of the others. Megan is, I can't remember her age. I think she's quite young or middle-aged. She is the wife of Scott. She seems quite otherworldly. She's an explorer. She likes to live on the wild side. She used to own like a gallery. She was doing really well for herself. Things started to change when she met Scott. She seems bored with her average life. She's the kind of person that needs more. She just needs more and more. It feels like she's never happy in the book. So she embarks on an affair with her Dr. Camel Abdick. Kind of the whole plot revolves around this Megan, because she goes missing and nobody knows where she is. So yeah, Megan goes missing, and then the rest of like her point of views are like looking into the past, what happened previously with her, and you see more into her affairs with the doctor and her relationship with Scott and her feelings, which I did feel sorry for her at the end of the book. I'm not going to say why. As a mother, I instantly connected to what happened to her. I thought she was a bit ungrateful. And then there's Anna. I hate Anna. I really didn't like her as a character, but she's basically your average Joe. Like normal life, children, mother. She's like me. How can I hate myself? She's so normal. She went from being this sexy woman who had a super cool affair, and then she's become just like this mum. Doesn't have much time on her appearance. Rachel's jealous because Anna has the life that she wanted. There's rivalry between those two. I think Anna wants to move. She's not very happy that she's living in the same house where Rachel lived with Tom, but she's kind of accepted that Tom doesn't want to leave, so she's put up with it. I would describe her as being naive. She's just a very naive character. There are 3 like main suspects. One is the doctor, who Megan was having an affair with. Second is Scott, her husband. Obviously, if he'd found out that she was having an affair, wouldn't have been very happy, so he's like the obvious choice. And then the third one is this guy starts to follow Rachel around on the train. Rachel is pretty creeped out by this guy, and she has bad vibes. So he's kind of like a suspect, although I didn't really see how he connected with the whole thing. You definitely don't expect what happens to happen. You definitely don't see it coming. I didn't think it would be the person it was. Hawkins is so good at kind of, she doesn't give too much away. She's very discreet about the whole thing. You kind of get little clues here and there. It's only till you get to the very end that it just clicks in your head. It's definitely relatable. Like, I think everybody can take something from this book. Everybody goes on the train now and then. And we all love to sit and snoop at things from the window. Though I don't really stare at people's houses and nickname people and create imaginary lives for people. But I do love a good snoop, not gonna lie. I found it very creepy, very intense. Like, I felt like there was kind of an eerie, a dark theme to it because of how Rachel is. Because Rachel's such an alcoholic and she's always depressed and she's doing all these weird things. That's dark and that's weird. It's weird how it made me feel. I just felt bad for so many people. It's like all these feelings of bad. All in all, I felt like this was a really good book. I would recommend it, and for me personally it was very refreshing to read something different. I couldn't put it down, to be honest, which I'm just really shocked. Usually with something like this I'd start to read it, get bored, and then just not bother reading it ever again. I think this is the idea that makes this book, and it does kind of make you look at life from a different perspective. Like now if I go on a train, you can't help but look out, scout for houses, and like, I don't know, it turns you into Rachel. If you want to get your hands on this book, I got mine for £5 from Amazon, which is a bargain. It's supposed to be £12.99. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I mean, I've never done anything like this. I really don't know if I'm any good at it either. So please leave your opinions and comments. You know, constructive criticism. If you do like it and you want me to do more of these kind of videos, then just give me a shout and comment down below what book you would like me to review next. Otherwise I'll probably just pick another one myself and carry on anyway. Let me know if you liked it. I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can buy it, and yeah, I'll speak to you again soon. Bye! So today I'm going to be reviewing for you The Girl on the Train by, that's really bad, I don't know the name of the author. Oh, that light's bright. Abandon me. Smart, dumbass, smart, dumbass. I just want to do that the whole time. I'm just going to take them off because they aren't working. Ah shit, got them stuck.